So scared to get to Judgment Day, and God told me I was supposed to be and do so much more. I'm in a season where it feels like the decision that I'm finna make is going to determine where the rest of my life goes. Let me just read to you guys from the great book, the great word, tell you guys what's going on with That's So Mason. From the book of Luke, then he told them this story. The farm of a certain rich man produced a terrific crop. He thought to himself, what can I do? The barn isn't big enough for this harvest. Then he said, here's what I'll do. I'll tear down my barns and build bigger ones. Then I'll gather in all my grain and goods. And I'll say to myself, self, you've done well. You've got it made and can now retire. Take it easy and have the time of your life. Just then God showed up and said, fool, tonight you die and your barn full of goods. Who gets it? That's what happens when you fill your barn with self and not with God. Me and the wife aren't doing A1, like the best we could financially. It's not on my wife. It's on me because my wife is a stay-at-home mom. It says in the Bible, a person that does not provide for his family is worse than an unbeliever. You want your job to be something that you love to do. All right. You don't want to hate your job. My dream, if you guys don't know, is to work in a church. Now, I've said before that it's a pastor, right? But it's more on getting paid from the church. You telling me I can get paid for learning and talking about Jesus? I don't know how many hours are in a week, but that's how many hours I'm working. All right. Second dream job is to be a YouTuber, get income from YouTube. Not doing that right now. What's been the issue? The wife, the family, mom, dad, right? Want me to get a higher paying job, more consistent income. They don't want me to stop ministry. They don't want me to stop doing YouTube. But what they want me to do is they want me to pause it so then I can have a foundation and then be able to focus on those things. That sounds real smart, bro. Like I'm not bashing that idea, but like that's actually smart steps. If something was to happen and I got this foundation right here, sounds smart. If God was to say, Mason, you're coming to heaven with me on Sunday. You got Friday and Saturday to live. Sunday morning at 1 p.m., you're coming with me. If I knew that, which is like saying like, if I knew the day and time that I was going to die, bro, and I knew that it was like in 2 days, you think I'll go work? You think I'll go DoorDash? You think I'll post this video? I wouldn't. What I would go do is I'll go spend time with my family, go spend time with my loved ones. I wouldn't go do something that I do not want to do, that I hate doing, right? That's a burden on me to do if I know I only have 2 days to live. So why don't I do that anyway? Because I don't know when I'm going to die. God could be telling me that. My next example, my Aunt Amy, bro. My Aunt Amy passed away last year, March 10th. My aunt had just moved into her new apartment, bro. His apartment was so beautiful, bro. She got her some new couches. But she passed away at 60 years old. 60 years old, unexpectedly. She had literally just been moved in for like not even a month, bro. Not even a month. Never even really got to live in that apartment. I don't think that we're struggling financially because of the amount of money. We're struggling financially because of the amount of knowledge about finances. The only thing that's changing is I just go get this great job and don't improve anything else. What's going to be the difference? It's just more money, fam. It's going to make me have the habits that I have right now even more. If I like spending money on this right now, then when I get more money, I'm going to spend more money on it. You know what I'm saying? More money is just going to make me more of what I already am. The problem is not more money. The problem is knowledge about money and how money works. I get the high paying job with the knowledge. Now, after 10 years or whatever, or 5 years of us building this real good foundation, I can quit the job or slow down from the job and start to focus on the things that give me joy, which is ministry and YouTube, spending time with my family. And the next day I'm like, bet, I'm finna quit. Tomorrow I'm quitting. And then we're focusing on YouTube I'm finna call my grandpa back, tell him, hey, I'll be at the church I'll be at church on Sunday. And it's been 5 years, right? I've been grinding. Got my YouTube equipment back out and everything. Got the dust off of them because it's been 5 years and built this foundation, right? And then I die. Self, you've done well. You've got it made and can now retire. Take it easy and have the time of your life. Been grinding hard for a minute. Now I can take it easy. Now I can start to focus on God's calling on my life. Cause I'm not confused on that. My wife ain't confused on that. My pops and my mom, my family ain't confused on that. What my calling is, my calling is definitely to work in the church. They see that. My calling is to be on YouTube with this. This is my skill. They see that, but they just want me to push it off. Then it says, just then God showed up and said, fool, tonight you die and your barn full of goods. That foundation that you built, who gets it? I understand if I die, then my family will get the foundation. Yes, cool. Let me ask you this question. If God was like, hey, Lucy or Jeremiah, whatever your name is, right? I'll give you $500,000, but you got to die tomorrow. You taking it? No. Okay. But you got to think about your family. You taking it? Okay. Okay. So let me ask you this and put it in a different perspective. Okay. Cause you may be like, oh, I may need to sacrifice that for my family. I got to sacrifice that for my family. All right. Let me ask you this question. If your wife, cause you may not be married, your mother, or cause you may not have a good relationship with your mother, the person, your best friend, bro, the person in your family that is the closest to you, your best friend, your cousin, your father, your wife, your brother, your sister, whatever person is the closest to you. If they told you that, hey, God just told me that he gonna give me $700,000, but I gotta die tomorrow. So listen, I'm gonna take it. I need you to take care of the family. All right, bro, you gonna look at him like he crazy. You would rather be broke on the street, homeless with nothing to eat for months, but have them alive and you be able to talk to them than them be dead and you be the richest person in the world. You know it's true. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I do not want to get to Judgment Day and God tell me I'm supposed to do and be so much more. Book of Matthew, chapter 25. Heaven is like a man going on an extended trip. He called his servants together and delegated responsibilities. To one, he gave $5,000. To another, $2,000. To the third one, $1,000, depending on their abilities. Then he left. Right off, the first servant went to work and doubled his master's investment. The second did the same, but the man with the single $1,000 dug a hole and carefully buried his master's money. After a long absence, the master of those three servants came back and settled up with them. The one given $5,000 showed him how he had doubled his investment. His master commended him. Good work. You did your job well. From now on, be my partner. The servant with the $2,000 showed how he had also doubled his master's investment. The master commended him and said, good work. Your job was done well. From now on, be my partner. The servant that was given $1,000 said, Master, I know you have high standards and hate careless ways, that you demand the best and make no allowance for error. I was afraid I might disappoint you, so I found a good hiding place and secured your money. Here it is, safe and sound, down to the last cent. The master was furious. That's a terrible way to live. It's criminal to live carelessly. Actually, it's not what it says. It's criminal to live cautiously. It's criminal to live cautiously like that. If you knew I was after the best, why did you do less than the least? The least you could have done would have been to invest the sum with the bankers, where I at least would have gotten a little bit of interest. Take the $1,000 and give it take the $1,000 and give it to the one who risked the most and get rid of this play it safe, who won't go out on a limb and throw him into utter darkness. Let me just break this down a little bit. The servant given the $1,000 said, Master, I know you have high standards and hate careless ways. All right. I would say it's very careless to be like, I'm going to dive into this. I'm going to throw all my eggs in this basket. This is what I know God's calling me to do. I'm going to put my eggs all in this basket, and this is where all my efforts going into. I know God going to bless me. I know God going to provide. It says that he will never let the righteous what? You want me to hate life for 5 years to hope for a better future after the 5 years. But what if I die?